Here we go then. Premier League for Belgium, round 14. Oh, Clarkie's just messaging the Discord saying, I'm here, sorry I'm late. Well, he is too late, unfortunately, because he's had his seat taken now. He's had his seat taken. There is only 18, so it'd be good if he could still get in. Let's quickly sort this out and then we'll get into the race. So let's have a look at what we've got tonight. We've had a pretty poor showing really. We've had a good few drivers drop out late on, which is not what we like to see, but it's obviously unfortunate. Championship were fantastic for attendance last night. I think we had 18 of them turn up. But let's go through. We've got Shadders, he is reserving tonight. He makes it 3 races for this weekend. Jake the Slayer's reserving. TMBA is reserving. Vintage is reserving as well. So we've only got 14 of our drivers. Clarkey will make that 15, and Jay Story will join late in quali to make that 16. Clarkey saying, I will be able to go my Williams. You can select what car you choose. I'm going to say to him, no you can't. Someone has taken your car as a reserve. He'll soon understand it. Well, 16.5 minutes in the session, we've still got no cars on the track. We obviously have got this glitch still where it probably puts us about 40 odd seconds in front. Obviously last night we had 2 fantastic races. League 1 had a bit of a glitch at the start, then the top 13 we had a fantastic race towards the end. And then also we've seen the championship last night, which is the best championship race we've ever seen. I think it's absolutely incredible. Brilliant from the top 3. Really enjoyed commentating on that. It was backed up with work. Clarkey's saying, oh, obviously that's a shame, but if he could have just pinged us a message and that'd have been fine, he'd have had his car available then. And still, oh, finally, 2 minutes in the session, we have a car coming out of the pits then. I think that is a McLaren, and it is Tango. There we go then, Tango. I've sent him about 10 invites in case he lags out. He always does seem to lag out, which is a shame. Let's have a quick look then. Who else is coming out? We've got behind him the Williams. We've got TMBA. He's reserving for us today. He's coming out the pits. The League 1 driver. Clarkey has been put in the McLaren then. So obviously Clarkey, any points he gets will be for Williams. And then TMBA, any points he gets will be for McLaren. But obviously if no one's told us and it gets that you're going to be a couple of minutes late and it gets to 7:30, there's obviously no way that we can know like you're just going to be running late. So just ping us a message in future and that'd be great. So the one driver we're waiting for then is Jay Story. Jay Story then is going to be joining late. Hopefully he'll make the race. Let's go on board with Tango then, wherever he is. There he is then. Absolutely love this track, Belgium. It's fantastic to watch, fantastic to drive. Definitely one of the fans' favourites. Very famous track this is. Absolutely love it. Have a quick look into the comments then. I've not actually got the stream up on my phone yet. It's not very good, is it? We got Dave Cummings saying, evening all. Dave Cummings, of course, the man is in our League 1 now. He took my seat actually. And Dave, he crashed his car on purpose last night, which normally would be given penalties for, but it's because we had a yellow flag stuck, so no one could overtake anyone for about 5 laps. And Dave knew that if he crashed his car on purpose, it would get a VSC out, and then it would eventually get rid of those yellow flags. That's really, really good sportsmanship from them. They took one for the team, and ALR Vintage, our League 1 admin, gave him driver of the day for it, and deservedly so. So big thank you, Dave, for that. Hopefully he can score some points for us next week. Oh, Tango's lucky not to invalidate there. He took a bit too much of that curb. Tango doing well though. Tango definitely one of our quickest qualifiers. He's always right up there when it comes to qualifying. He's just let down by internet. He does get kicked from the server quite a bit. Like we say, we have got him good 7 or 8 invites or so, so if he does leave he should be able to join back straight away. He's really pushing it to the limits. Tango here just for Q1. He's really going for it. That's what we like to see. We have got Idenzo, Siege, Cowie all running our top three. Idenzo took Cowie last week in the stands for the first time up into P2. They're all within 20 odd points of each other, those top three, so it can all change with one spin at Eau Rouge. Fourth in our standings is Serious Mushroom. He's again raising us tonight. I think all four of them have turned up to every single race as well, which is fantastic to see. That is obviously how you're going to get the consistency. Tango's out of ERS already before he gets into the bus stop chicane. There we go, he's really been going for it on this lap. Serious Mushroom is in the comments as we speak of him. He's saying, evening all, good luck. Yeah, you definitely need a bit of luck coming to Belgium, don't you? Tango saying 142.8. Good luck to you too, Darren. We've got a lot of drivers out on the track then. It's nearly a full track. Tango's first one to set a lap low. Next up is going to be Alfa Romeo, but it's Vintage starting his lap. We've got Liam. He's going pretty slow. It's going to be Cowie then to set a lap. Cowie goes up to P1 of a 142.6 then. It's a great lap there from Cowie. Then get Mercedes of Rick doing a 142.1. That's quite a bit quicker as well. Well done to him. Racing point then. That is going to be Idenzo. What can Idenzo do? He must have invalidated his lap. He's going for another one. Then got Haas coming across the line to start a lap. And then going to have a Williams as well. I think that is that Chazza now? No, it's not Chazza, it's the other one. It's TMBA. What can he do in his Premier League debut? It's a 144.6. He's a couple of seconds slower, but we know obviously he is a League One driver. And big thank you to him for stepping in last minute. Who was that? We just saw Sean's just gone up to P3. Before that we saw Liam put a time in, but again I think he must have made a mistake on that lap. And he's going for a proper run here. It's not ideal here though, because obviously it's the longest track on the calendar, so it takes a lot of tyre wear just going around for one lap. And we got a Williams, I think. Is that a Williams spinning there? Is that Chazza? I think it was Chazza who had a little spin there. And yeah, he needs to cool those tyres down before he spins again. Last night we only had one incident reported we had last night from the championship, and that was so good to see after Belgium. I mean, Belgium, one incident. All 20 cars got through the first few corners up Eau Rouge. No contact whatsoever. Never seen it before in the league race. It was fantastic of them. Hopefully we can have more of the same tonight. Following Woods, he's on his lap in the Red Bull. Didn't race was last week. Good to see him back. His teammate Knowlesy there as well, as Chazza comes in the pits after two failed attempts at a lap. Could be in a bit of trouble then. Shadow's up to P5. We missed that, I think. TMBA's getting out of the way then. Good to see. We've got Idenzo now coming to bus stop chicane. We've actually got the Red Bull in front of him of Woods to see what Woods can do first. He is up to P5. Decent lap there from Woods, a 143.2, and Idenzo crosses the line. It's a 141.4. And that is absolutely incredible from Idenzo then, our most consistent pole sitter. As we see Siege only go up to P6 for Siege. I mean, it's still an incredibly quick time, isn't it? He's got 4 tenths between him and Woods, and that lap from Woods is a very good lap, considering he's only picked up 6 points with us this season. Woods looking really good here then. He does tend to spin a lot in races though, so he needs to hold it together in the race. As we see Shadows come into the pits, racing point behind. I think it might be Sean coming into the pits as well. And we get the Williams behind coming in the pits too. Next up then is going to be the Alfa Romeo of Nightwing. He's only on out lap though. Well, then got the Red Bull Knowlesy. Let's follow him. Knowlesy again. Very quick driver. He's missed out a couple. Oh, sorry. I've just been interrupted there by a comment that I've seen in the chat. Clarky boy saying heavy rain for the mid of the race. This is going to be intense. Oh wow, this is going to be a long night. Knowlesy then, what can he? Oh, it's very slidey there as he came out the bus stop, but it's still enough for P7. That should be good enough really. I think that top 8 should be through with those times. If you're in the 142s, I think you're safe. Or the 141s if you're Idenzo. Idenzo is an absolute machine at this game. We're about to see McLaren cross the line. It's going to be not Jake the who's it going to be? Not sure who it is actually. We then got a Renault, I'm not too sure who. That's Crooksy about to start his lap. We then got an Alfa Romeo, Serious Mushroom. That's actually ALR Vintage, isn't it? Yeah, it's Vintage. He's coming in. No, he's not coming to pits. He's just taking a really wide line. He's going to start a lap. That's why he's doing that. Very clever there from him. We'll go on board with Serious Mushroom. And Woods in front of him going into the pits. Serious Mushroom. Let's see what he can do then. He comes across the line. It's a 143.3. He's not the quickest qualified Serious Mushroom, but he always picks up points in the race. Very consistent. It might not be enough that, even though it is a decent enough lap time. And then got Ferrari about to come into the pits, Racing Point as well. We've got an AlphaTauri getting out of the way for Ferrari in sector 2. We've got Nightwing on the lap. He's got a slow lap though, I think. It is. Yeah, he's going slow. Might just be building up for another bite of the cherry. Might have made a mistake somewhere. Check the says on an outlap. Chaz is in the pits. Clarkie's going through sector 2 then. Oh, he's lagging a little bit here, Clarkie. We had this with Nunda last night. He said he's been on this lap for 8 minutes 14 seconds. I doubt that. I really doubt that. Crooksy has invalidated his lap, unfortunately. He does pick up a few penalties, Crooksy. Crooksy and Cowie have produced some of the most amazing battles so far this season, but they do lose time from fighting each other and from penalties as well. If they can improve on that. Obviously Cowie's got loads of points, he's towards the top. Crooksy's not got so many, but if he can improve on areas where he doesn't lose time in the penalties, I think Crooksy could definitely be right up there. Chaz is sitting in the pits there, not too sure why he's not come out yet. As we just saw a driver improve, not too sure it was. Vintage, by the way, is up to P14, he's on a 146.3. We saw Jockey Hockey, there we go, that's who it was. Jockey Hockey went up to P9, second lap on those tyres, 143.1, as we see Jake the Slayer passing there. Chaz is saying, gotta love Belgium in the wetland. The two Williams boys, Clarkie and Chazza, they do work well together. Obviously, they're going to have to work well together in different cars today, as Clarkie's in the McLaren today. But obviously, any points Clarkie scores, as we mentioned earlier, will be for the Williams team. That's happened because we gave TMBA or Tumba, not too sure what to call him, we have to ask him. He joined as a reserve. He didn't think Clarkie was going to make it, but then Clarkie did in the end, so it's put him in a different car. We've only got 19 at the moment. We're waiting on Jay Story. Hopefully he's going to be able to join us for the race for the Haas team. Knowlesy has retired. He's in the pits. Yep, we did say anyone on the 142s should be okay, and Knowlesy obviously thinks the same. With a good few minutes left still as well. Nightwinger, he must have came in and he's gone out again on an outlap. Jake the Slayer, then we've seen him go out of Q1 in the championship quite often lately. Can he improve in the Premier League though? Wouldn't be one of those things, wouldn't it? Can't get out of Q1 in the championship to save your life. You go up to the Premier League for a race, and then I'll bet he'll get through. He's obviously backed out of this lap though as well. Clarkie's invalidated his lap. He's obviously finished that 8 minute lapper. Serious Mushroom says 45 mins, it says for rain. Oh, and that's obviously, yeah, towards the end. It's only a 22 lap race, so it is, even though it's the longest track. If 22 laps doesn't sound much at all, and it isn't actually that much, because it's a short race really when there's no rain or anything, but it's a 45 minutes when you think each lap in the race is probably going to be about 1 minute 45 around that time. You think 22 laps, obviously you're going to have pit stops, maybe a safety car. 45 minutes is probably about borderline how long the race is going to last, around 50 minutes. So I do think the last couple of laps will definitely get some rain if it says 45 minutes. Sometimes it comes a couple of minutes late as well, so if we have a race with no safety car, no incidents really, we might even escape rain. Although my prediction will be that a few laps before the end we'll get some rain, if that's what it says on 45 minutes. We've not had rain at all this weekend, so that'll be great to see who can handle that, and I'm really looking forward to it because we've only seen rain, I think, in one race in the Premier League, haven't we? And lately, as brilliant as the racing has been, it's been Idenza and Rick 1-2, as you can see now in the quali. It's been, sorry, my laptop was turned off, not too sure why. It's been like that for quite a long time, isn't it? Idenza and Rick are the top two since Rick's joined back, and then Siege and Cowie tend to be behind as well around that area, so the rain might mix it up. We might have someone in the midfield that really is better in the wet than they are dry, and they might push, as we've just seen. Talking to pushing, we've seen Siege go for a second lap, but he's up to P5. Bare lap there from Siege, but it's going to take something special to beat Idenza today for pole position, absolutely. 1:41.4 is incredible time. I think Woods is going again. Not too sure why. I suppose, yeah, it's a 1:43.2. I know he's up in 10th, but a lot of drivers haven't set a lap yet. We saw this last night in the championship. Drivers struggling to actually get a lap set. We saw Jake Deslayer set a 2 minute something, and he was 16th still because one had a quali ban, one didn't take part, and then two failed to set a lap. I think the Maniac was one of them. He failed to even set a lap. So TMBA in Vintage at the moment, those slower lap times, because obviously they are League 1 drivers reserving for us. They're 13th and 14th at the moment. Vintage is going for it again though, and he's invalidated going through Eau Rouge. Just saw that was about to happen, so he's going to back out and save it up for one more bite of the cherry at the end of this. Nightwing's then, he'll have time to come in if he wants to quickly, but no, he's going to go for it. This will be probably his last attempt at a lap time for Nightwing then. One of our quali masters. Got pole position in League 1 actually on Friday. We did decide, me and Vintage, after that we're not going to have Premier League drivers reserving in League 1 anymore. We'd rather have, if it's just 14 or 15 of the League 1 drivers on their own, because the Premier League drivers did take so many points from. Of course we thank them for reserving, but it just takes a little bit away from the League 1 drivers, and it's not too fair on them. Jake Deslayer, he's coming in the pits. Obviously we've got a bit of a delay on our time, might be about 30 odd seconds behind, so hopefully he'll be able to get out in time. And his teammate Crooksy's also coming in the pits too, so both Renaults not set a lap here, and they might be struggling to get out. And I think Crooksy's going to get held up by his teammate because all the mechanics are using up time on his reserves car. Chazelen is on the lap, that's good to see. Siege retired from the session, he is in the pits though, thank goodness. Chazelen, he comes through the bus stop, he's going to set his lap here, and this looks like it's going to be a pretty quick lap here from Chazza as well, and it is a quick lap. It's a 1:42.6, very quick lap there from Chazza. It's good to see that. Next up, coming across the line then, we have got the Alfa Romeo of Vintage to start his final attempt at a lap, and both Renaults are still in the pits, and I don't think the Renault's going to make it. I think both Renaults are going to be out here starting at the back, because Clarkey's now going through to start a lap. Nightwing is on a lap, that's not what we like to see. He's in sector 3, hopefully he's going to get a decent time set. Surely he won't invalidate anywhere from here. But both Renaults then I think will be starting last. Obviously if Jay Story joins for the race like he should, he'll be 20th, but not good for Renault then, who sit bottom of the standings. And Nightwing crosses the line and goes up to P5. There we go then. Top 9, top 10. Yeah, Liam now comes in the pits. You'd have to think they're all safe. Especially Jake Deslayer has gone for an outlap then. He's now coming through Eau Rouge. I'm not sure how far we are behind, but I'm not sure he's not going to make it in time. Liam's retired from the session. He's in the pit, so it's fine. Serious Mushroom's gone for one more lap then. I think he just improved on that lap by 2600ths, but he's down in 13th. He's in danger as Crooksy's just come out of the pits as well. I think we are quite a bit behind, because we did see no one come out for about 3 minutes, didn't we, at the start? It wouldn't surprise me if we're actually about a minute and a half behind here. If there is any drivers in the comments that are on a lap, or not on a lap, sorry, if you could just let us know what the timer says on your screen, that would be great, because at the moment we've just got the checkered flag. I reckon you're about a minute behind me. And Tango's left the session for the first time. He's got about 7 invites, so he'll be okay. We've got Shadows on a lap then as well. Yeah, Jockey Hockey's just started a lap. Woods, Serious Mushroom, Shadows, TMBA, they're all on laps. Vintage on a lap as well, and he's 8 tenths up here, Vintage. He's going to need more than that to improve his time, but it's a great effort from Vintage here. Obviously, he raced last night in his new championship seat. Vintage crosses the line. It's a 1:45.0. Great effort there from Vintage. Big improvement there. And he's only 4 tenths off TMBA, but Vintage is out. Clarkey is out. We were worried he might start from the back with the old quali glitch, but he's not going to manage to get a lap set. He must have invalidated there. So he's crossed the checkered flag, and yeah, the Renault guys. Oh, it's a huge shunt there. Jay Stories joins. The pit he could join a few minutes earlier. So there we go then. We've got our order sorted. We've got our cars out then. We got Jay Story out in Pete. Well, not out. He didn't. It's not even in the session yet, but he'll be starting at the back as he's only just joined the session. Crooksy in 19th then. Checkered flag he's out for him now. Crooksy will be starting down in 19th. Disappointing for him. Clarkey in 18th. Another surprise. Jake Deslayer reserving. Didn't set a time, but was 17th. And ALR Vintage, we just see another driver improve. Not too sure. It was, I think, a Shadows going up to P10. It's good to see from there from the reserve. ALR Vintage will be starting in P16 then. He was 4 tenths off Q2. TMBA then, who's still on the lap. Oh, and he's spinning it. He's lucky he didn't lose his wheel there, otherwise he'd have been out as well. But he doesn't know it. But he is through as well, TMBA. in P15. Good effort there from him. Serious Mushrooms through, Woods is through, Jockey Hockey's through, Liam and Shadows are through, and in the end, all you needed was a 1:44.3 to get through because of the amount that had invalidated their times constantly. Q2 then. Up next, I think Sean's just crossed the line as well. So yeah, we've definitely been quite far behind because it only says a minute left on the clock. And Sean's gone up to P4. It's a great lap there. He's only 2 tenths off P2 there from Sean. Brilliant effort from him there. And I think we are all done now. Yep, we are. We've got checkered flags or retirements for everyone. So hopefully this timer will run itself down. Not quite sure. The time is still going down. Oh, is Vintage on another lap? He is on another lap, but he's invalidated it anyway. So I'm sure if Vintage clicks on retire, then we should all be done. Not sure if he's watching the stream, but he can just retire now. There's no other cars out on the track. All come into the pits, and that should be the end of the session. As soon as he crosses this pit line, then let's have a look. Not into the session, but into the Q1 session anyway. 3, 2, 1, 0. Nope, I don't know what we're waiting for. All these cars have got checkered flags. Oh, Kevin Magnussen down in P20. That's obviously going to be Jay Story. Don't start doing this again. The AI just drive around. Shadow's saying 30 seconds left here. Yeah, the drivers are... I don't know why it's doing this. Every patch that comes out of this game to fix a problem creates another problem. Do they not test this game or anything? It's crazy. Anyway, TMBA there, confirmation of P15. Great effort there from him. Got wing damage out of pits due to pit off error. Couldn't do another lap. Oh, that's why Jake the Slayer didn't get a lap set then. He had wing damage. Mind you, I think Jake, if he set a lap, I think he would have had a good shot of getting through. All he needed was a 1:44.5, and Vintage has got a 5-place grid penalty. Not quite sure what that's about, but he's going to be starting last then. So that promotes Jake the Slayer, Clarky, Crooksy and Jay Story up then. We'll have a quick look in the comments again. Then we've got Tango saying it kicks me and put me in my session then. Shadows saying 30 seconds left here. Yeah. We'll ask Shadows again once we're in the session how far behind he is, because I bet we'll be waiting about 2 minutes again when we're in Q2 for cars to come out on the track. We've got Sean saying raining towards the end of the race. Yes, Sean, we have discussed that with Clark. He did say that, yeah. Apparently it says 45 minutes into the race, so if there's no, we were saying if there's no safety car or anything, we might just miss it, but the likelihood is the last couple of laps we will have some rain here, and I think we've heard it's going to be heavy rain as well. Anyway then, I'm about to say Q2's now getting underway, but I don't think it will be for a while yet. Oh, actually, I think it's actually caught up with us, isn't it? Because we've got drivers changing to the medium. We've got cars coming out then, so maybe that is just for Q1 and we have that terrible glitch then. It must be, because here we go, we've got all the drivers coming out. Look, obviously the tyres you start on here will be tyres you qualify and get through to Q2 on. If you do, here will be the tyres you start the race on. Strategy, we talked a lot about this last night. What's the best strategy? Personally, I think it is medium soft. If you can get through to Q3 on the mediums, that'd be a great benefit there, and go medium soft. 15 laps I'd go for on the mediums. Obviously it depends on what's around you at the time, but I'd go for 15 on the mediums and then 7 on the softs. Maybe 14.8 if you're trying to do an undercut, or 16 laps on the mediums might be a bit too much, but it's manageable. Although we did see a couple of drivers, I think Beefy last night pitted on lap, he did medium soft and pitted on lap 12. We did 10 laps on the softs at the end, and that was a fantastic effort from him there. I don't think we had a safety car last night, did we, in the championship? I don't think we did. So most of the drivers have gone to the mediums then. We got Idenzo, who's out on softs, Siege is on softs, Tumba's on softs, whether they are in the pits. Knowlesy and Jockey Hockey gone out on softs. Let's see who's going to be first then. It is going to be Idenzo first, actually. Don't know why my laptop keeps turning itself off. It's a strange one, that. Anyway, Idenzo Lem in at racing point. When we get to the end of this session, we'll go through the standings. Or if I forget, then it'll be on the formation lap. Only 4 cars in the pits. Everyone's going in for it relatively early then. That's what you really want to do in that first corner, is clip that right-hand side. That right-hand side apex, that's exactly where you want to clip. Going through Eau Rouge, then you're going to get your left side over and then onto the right and then clip this little curve here. Be careful not to go 4 wheels off or it will invalidate you. We got a Red Bull off. Knowles, he's gone off, he's invalidated his time already, not too sure how. Down to turn 3 then. Yeah, that's perfect. Almost 4 wheels off. Oh, that was very lucky for my Denzo there not to invalidate. Absolutely pushing it to the limits though, Idenzo. You can see how he is so quick. So he's getting it absolutely perfect here. Pushing it to the limits. He's not scared of getting a 3-second penalty in a race or an invalidation. It's all about absolutely going the limit for Idenzo. Be careful not to clip the left curb there, or you can go spinning into the wall on the left hand side, possibly even smash over to the right like we saw Giovinazzi do a couple of years ago. In fact, that was, and it was here where Giovinazzi lost it this year and crashed with George Russell. Yeah, you can see Idenzo, he's just so quick out of the corners, and somehow he just keeps the car under control. I'm surprised he's going on softs to Idenzo. I thought he'd gone on mediums, he'd definitely get through. I don't know why it doesn't let you qualify in hards at all this game, even if you go on a harder selection, because I'm sure Idenzo at some races would use that hard options at the beginning. Anyway, it breaks down to bus stop chicane. First little right, take a wide line, clip the left apex, straighten up the car and open the DRS and power it down for a 1:41.4. There we go, it's the quickest lap time you'll see of this session. You mark my words for that. Next up is going to be Tango. He's on the mediums. And we've got Sean on the mediums as well. We've got Cowie on the mediums as well. Cowie second out of Lem. We've then got Rick, who's gone to P2, 1:42.2. That is on the soft tyres, so we need to catch up. Who's next? It's going to be Nightwing. It was Shadows actually in P6. We've got the wrong car. We've then got Liam as well. I think he invalidated. Nightwing goes up to P5. Liam didn't validate. He's now going for another run at it. We've got the Red Bull. That is Knowlesy coming into the pits. We have then got Siege on an outlap. Went on the softs, he's now coming in, he's going to change his mind, and we've got wing damage all over that pit entrance there. Cars are going to get caught out there. It says Siege has been on that for 4 minutes 45 seconds again. That is rubbish. We've then got Jockey Hockey, and he goes up to P4. However, he is on the softs as well. So Cowie, that lap on the mediums there was a fantastic lap. Yellow flag, and I think that's just car getting out of the way. It is. It's McLaren getting out of the way. As we've just seen a Williams cross the line to start their lap. I think that was TMBA. So we're going to go on board with, we've got Serious Mushroom on a lap, we've got TMBA, and we've got Liam on a lap. We'll go on board with Liam. He's the furthest one up. And he's not actually, is he going for it here? I don't think he's going flat out here, is he? He's not. No, I don't think he's going for it here, Liam. Not too sure. It seems like he's going for it, but no, the speeds aren't there. I don't think he is there. Cars overtaking each other there. Got to be careful. Make sure they're getting out of the way, all right. Yeah, that's obviously not a top time. I think he's just saving up, keeping those tyres warm, and then going for another one, Liam. We're going on board with Serious Mushroom, and he's going to be up next. Now this is where Andy Liu in the other Alfa Romeo yesterday invalidated his time, wasn't it? Got to be careful there, but Serious Mushroom makes it look really easy. He's gone a bit wide going to bus stop. Oh, and that has affected his entrance onto the pit straight as well. Serious Mushroom does a 1:43.3, so he's disappointed at last, because those last couple of corners then for his bus stop, he could have got up to 7th, I think, where Sean is. He is ahead of Shadows at least, and Tango's left the session again. He's probably only got about 4 invites left now, after we set, and goodness knows how many. Both McLaren's on an outlap then. No, not sorry, Wood's on an outlap. Knowlesy in the pits. Chaz is on an out lap as well. Liam hasn't set a time, he's in the pits. Siege has gone to mediums, he's on an out lap as well. And that's it, I don't think we've got anyone on a lap at the moment. TMBA managed to go 10th with 1:44.2. There we go then. And we want fitted tyres there, we want to look on best tyres, don't we? There we go. That's what the best ones have set their lap on at the moment. Have a quick look in the comments again. We've got Vintage saying now Q1 is done. Good evening, lads. Pleasure as always. Yeah, Vintage, mate. What happened? It says you've got a 5-place grid penalty. What happened there? Usually when it says someone's got a 5-place grid penalty, it's because of a collision with someone else, and so they'd have a 5-place grid penalty as well, but I couldn't recognise anyone else. Whilst there's not much going on, we're going to get Tango another invite. I know he's just joined the session, but he's probably not got many invites left now. Be great if he could get this problem sorted. There we go, and he's got another one. Maybe that'll keep him running a bit longer. We'll do another round of invites as well when we get onto the formation lap. Everyone got sent free anyway. Siege then, here we go. Siege started his lap, he's now starting sector 2. Sector 1 I think was pretty tidy by the looks of the time. This is a difficult corner. See, if you brake a bit late here and it takes you really, really wide and you can lose a lot of time, you want to stick to that right side. Siege did it really well there. Clip this left apex. Come over here. There we go. That's perfect from Siege. Gets back 4 wheels on the track just before the grass comes. Flat out. Not quite flat out, is it, round there? Go flat out round there. You can easily lose it. Just what a track this is. I could sit here and watch races of Belgium all day. Absolutely love the track. Not too keen on these modern tracks really. I like a good old racing track. Like Belgium this week, we've got Singapore next week as well. I think Singapore's another good one. See what Siege can do this lap time then. Woods did go up to P10, he set a lap, he went up to 10th to Woods. Liam's on an out lap there as well. So Siege on these medium tyres, he's out of ERS. It's a good lap from Siege, I think it's going to be. Can he get close to Cowie in P3? Siege crosses the line, it's only 7th. He's half a second off Cowie in P3. And Siege might struggle to get through that. Tango and Nightwing, both quicker than him on the mediums. Just 6 thousandths between Nightwing and Siege. And that could be the difference between going through or not. You've still got Liam, Chaz and Knowlesy yet to set a lap. Liam then is on a lap and on the softs. Knowlesy's on a lap on the mediums. We know these two have got a lot of pace as well. Should expect them to go up in the order. Siege moves out of the way then. Let's see what Knowlesy can do. Good first couple of corners from sector 2. Yeah, he stays close to that right hand side. Yeah, it's pretty tidy through there then from Nightwing. Knowlesy. Anyway, football's on tonight, let's not forget about that. Have a quick chat about the football then. Liverpool are on. Yeah, decided not to cancel. I was thinking about cancelling the race and paying 15 quid to watch Liverpool Sheffield United, and I thought, absolutely no way. I didn't really. What a rip-off that is. 15 quid to watch one football match. Absolute rip-off. It's a con. Hope none of you guys are paying that much to watch a football match and then it ends up being 0-0. Chaz is still in the pits and he's leaving it late again. Liam yelling. We're going to have a quick look at Liam. He's coming through the bus stop chicane. He's on the softs. You expect him to get really high up here, maybe close to his teammate, and he's above his teammate by a couple of attempts. He's ahead of Rick Dalton, in fact. P2 for Liam has a fantastic effort there. Knowlesy's next across the line. It's only P11 for Knowlesy. On those mediums, that's not going to get him through, Knowlesy. Both Red Bulls went on mediums, and both of them are in trouble. I think Woodsy's going again now. TMBA's going slow. Chaz is in the pits, and so both Williams and both Red Bulls going out at the moment. TMBA's retired. Oh, I hope he's not retired it on the track. That is obviously against our regulations if he's done that. I think he has as well. As you can see, that yellow flag down in sector 2. We'll go on board with Liam. You can see his car in front is just going to pull off there. Obviously that can hinder someone else's lap, because if you retire in the middle of a track, cars come up behind can be affected by that. And obviously in a race it can cause a safety car. But he is definitely out there. It's a good lap time he set as well. He's only a 10th off, you know, a couple of our Premier League drivers, so not too sure why he's retired there. There's plenty of time for him to get back and set another lap even. Chazza is now on an out lap, his teammate. Woods is going to save up and go for another lap, I think. What's the Liverpool team? Well, I didn't even look at the teams. Let's have a quick look then. Fabinho and Gomez at the back. Oh, yeah, we could play in the front four. Salah, Firmino, Mane and Jota will play. It's probably a 4-2-3-1 and Henderson, Wijnaldum, CDMs. Yeah, liking the look of that. Ryan Brewster starting up front for Sheffield United, wow. And Alisson back in goal, things you love to see. Anyway, let's focus on the race, and then Sean has just started lap. He's gone out on the softs then, so he is going to go for it. And Siege and Nightwing could be in danger there then. I think Siege might have to go out again. Knowles, invalidated his time. Siege has retired then. He's retired in the pits. He just looked up at his time. Riddoff, he's not going to have enough time to get back through. Liam's retired as well. Liam is safe though. And Knowlesy is coming in the pits, so Knowlesy's out. I don't know why he didn't go for another lap, but Knowlesy's going to be out of the... As he takes out that barrier. Tango's retired as well in the pits, but Knowlesy, there we go, Knowlesy's retired. He's going to be out. Woods has just come in the pits too, so Woods is going to be out as well. Serious Mushrooms in 10th, so he's not going to be able to improve on his time. So he could be in trouble as well. Because Shadows is on a lap on soft, so he could make it through it. Chazza is also on a lap. They've both just started their laps. They're going to be the two we're going to follow. Sean will be in danger if both of these overtake him. He'll be in 12th, he'll be in 11th then, but Sean himself is on a lap and he's a 10th and a half up as he starts sector 3. There we go, 3.5 tenths up now even. So Sean could put Siege in a bit of danger then. If Siege moves down to 9th, Woods has gone on out lap, not too sure why, because he is not going to make it. See what Sean can do then, unless he messes up through the bus stop chicane. I expect him to be up to around P6, possibly even 5th if it's a fantastic final sector. I'm going for 6th. I'm going for 6th. Yeah, of course it's 5th, isn't it? Yeah, I should have said 5th. It's one or the other. Great lap there from Shawnee, safety through into Q3. So Siege is a danger man. Siege and Serious Mushroom in danger here. Shadows and Chazza then. You can see we're going to go on board with Chazza actually, because then you can see both of their laps. Because it is Shadows in front. I think Chazza might get a little bit of a slipstream from Shadows in front as well. It's not showing me the lap break, the sector time, sorry, but came up purple, which we know means absolutely nothing in this game. Woods has invalidated his out lap. He's not going to make it at all. Let's see what these guys can do then. There we go, what checker flags for everyone else. It's just down to these two now. What can Shadows do? Shadows is about to come across the line. What can Shadows do? Shadows up to 10th and Chazza up to 2nd. So Serious Mushroom does go out. He gets overtaken by both of them. But Shadows, although he got ahead of Serious Mushroom, he couldn't get ahead of Siege. So Siege gets through by the skin of his teeth. Shadows, unfortunately, is knocked out. Serious Mushroom in 12th. Knowlesy 13th. Woods in 14th. Tumber in 15th. Siege makes it through on the mediums. It is on fitted at the moment. We're going to quickly look at best then. There we go. So the Siege, Nightwing, Tango and Cowie all through on the mediums. Idenzo, Chazza, Liam, Rick, Sean and Jockey Hockey on the softs then. And that could have a big advantage there for Cowie, Siege, Tango and Nightwing towards the end of the race, as they'll probably look to go for a medium soft. Obviously if there's a safety car after lap 4 or 5, and I'm sure the soft runners will come in then and then put the hards onto the end. Well, the hards aren't a good race tyre around here as well. That's why a lot of people do try and stretch to the soft medium, although that does come with a tyre wear issue. Quick look into the comments then. We've got Vintage only blocked a McLaren after turn 1, the racing line, totally his fault, and glad he was the only one punished. There we go. And so Vintage, he blocked someone. Glad the game picked that up obviously, and we won't have to review that even if the McLaren driver reports it, because Vintage has already got the 5 place grid penalty for it. So he'd be starting where he was qualified in 16th, but we're starting down in last. Shadows saying, wow, the lads' pace in this league is unreal. Savage drivers, it is unbelievable. Shadows of course He is a Championship and League One driver with us. He raced both races last night and he had some pretty good pace himself, and I think he jointly won driver of the day, if I'm right, after finishing in P5, starting in P13. He had a great race, so he's got some pace himself, and he's saying that the pace of these guys is unreal. Obviously Shadder's promotion is still up for grabs for this league. But yeah, there's these times. Chazza, in fact, we didn't pick that up, but Chazza's time was in the 141s. Only half a second off Idenzo, so maybe a lot of these drivers are saving up for Q3 then. Maybe they've got a bit of extra time pushed away, but we have seen it a couple of weeks over the last few weeks, where Idenzo hasn't had the same pace in Q3. It's almost like he's bottled it a little bit in Q3. So it has opened the door for other drivers. Although Idenzo has been on top lately, hasn't he? So whilst we're having a bit of a break in play, we're going to quickly have a look through all the standings. So it is Siege that leads with 217 points. Idenzo with 210. Cowie with 201. So with 7 races left after today. Or is it 8? Yeah, I think it's 8 races left after today. This is round 14. 16 points separates the top 3. It's an incredible battle we've got going on. 120 points for Serious Mushroom in 4th. He's in league of his own. Oh, it's getting dark here, isn't it? Wow, might get some aim for Q3, not too sure. 120 for Serious Mushroom. He's 81 off 3rd, and he's 45 clear of 5th. So Serious Mushroom is to keep up his consistency, and he'll have that P4. Jockey Hockey 5th, Clarkey 6th, Knowlesy 7th, Sean in 8th, Rick in 9th, but he's on the up. Crooksy in 10th then, and at the moment the drivers towards the bottom, we got Irish New Potatoes, not raced the last couple with us. We then got an Alpha Tauri driver. It's got no points. We think that's going to be Farf at the moment taking that seat, although he's not racing today. And then Sully's on 3 points in the McLaren. He's not racing today either. So last time out, as we see drivers start to come out on the track, is Idenzo. That's going to be out first. Was the Monaco Grand Prix. Our top 3 was Idenzo, Clarkey and Knowlesy. They were the top 3. The race before was Idenzo, Rick Dalton and then Siege. That was a Russian Grand Prix. The Vietnam Grand Prix was won by Idenzo. The Azerbaijan Grand Prix was won by Clark. So there we go. Idenzo's won the last 3 races. There we go. He's won 3 in a row, Idenzo. It's going to take something to stop this man, isn't it? Incredible pace he's got. And I don't believe it. It's Liverpool 0, Sheffield United 1. Penalty, for goodness sake. Unbelievable. It was a free kick was given, and the referee looked at VAR and apparently it was in the area. Oh, it's rubbish. Oh well, we're focusing on Formula 1 here. I think that's a good idea when Liverpool are losing over Sheffield United. All are on their outlaps apart from Idenzo. Idenzo. Watching Idenzo, that's right, Liam, sorry. Quick dip in the comments then. We got Nunda saying, I want to know something shocking. This morning I woke up to complain about my internet. It's back up to 23. Couldn't believe it. Oh, Nunda, I would have asked him to race if I knew his internet was fixed. I'd have asked him to come in and race with us today. We got drips of rain here, haven't we? We got rain. So Liam, I don't know if he's gone to the toilet or something, Liam, but he's going to be driving in wet conditions. We have got rain. No one told me it's going to be raining in Q3. And this rain looks like it's getting heavy as well. We're going to see some people sliding over Eau Rouge, surely. Let's have a look. Tenzo's going to be first. Is he going to go flat out? He backed out slightly, didn't he? He backed out slightly. Not much, but you see him, he lifted his foot off the throttle, didn't he? Liam, wherever you are, mate, you need to hurry up and get in this session before this track gets soaked. I'm not sure if the drivers knew it's going to be raining in Q3. I certainly didn't. None of them told me. But yeah, it is getting slidey around here. This is really a track that's completely changed the pace of it when it is raining. Oh, Denzo then. What's he like in wet conditions then? We've not seen him in this dominant run of him over the last month and a half, 2 months or so with any rain. He's sliding a little bit there. He's lucky not to invalidate. He is sliding, Idenzo. I don't know if it's just going to be him or whether he's affected by these conditions a lot more than the others. Oh, he's close to invalidating. No, he's still pushing it to the limit, so this is still going to be incredibly quick, and I'd still expect it to be a pole position lap. But you can see even in the background the Williams that was behind him is falling further back. Shadow saying Nunder unlucky, didn't get back up to 23 for last night's race. Yeah, of course, Nunder didn't score any points last night in the championship because of his internet. Denzo's kept it clean though this lap, and he's pulling away. I'm not sure if it's just the Williams behind going slow. I think it's Chazza. It is Chazza on a slow lap. Denzo then see what he can do. I doubt he'll be able to improve on this lap as the track gets wetter. Denzo crosses the line. It's a 1:43. Nice. It's a couple of seconds slower. Chazza does come in the pits. Nightwing's P2 1:45.0. Next up's going to be the Haas of Siege. What can Siege do then? Can he challenge Denzo's time? No, it's only P4 for Siege. Tango went up to P2. There's only 3 attempts up by Denzo. Sean is P5. Next up's going to be Mercedes of Rick. What can Rick do? He crosses the line. It's P4 for Rick. We're about to see Cowie then. What can Cowie do? It's only 5th for Cowie. So Cowie and Siege 5th and 6th. And Denzo still up in 1st. 3 attempts back to Tango and then a further 8 attempts back to Nightwing. Jockey Hockey then is coming in the pits. Chaz is in the pits as well. Liam is still in the pits. So 7 drivers set a lap. 3 haven't yet. But Denzo's got the advantage. Only by about 3 attempts though. But if this track's getting wetter, it's unlikely any of those drivers are going to improve. So this well could be the order. Anyone else that wants to improve is going to have to get out and set another lap pretty quick before the track gets wet. Liam said, I went for a drink and came back and it's raining, and that is exactly what we thought had happened. Well, we said he probably went to the toilet or something, didn't we? But yeah, obviously Liam's probably going to lose out there because the track's a bit wetter than it was when the session started, so he's probably going to lose time there. But it's still not wet, the track. It's still not going as wet, so Liam, I'd get out as soon as you can, mate, and you might still have a chance of doing something. There we go. Siege, our Premier League leader, is 1.7 seconds off the pole position lap at the moment. Denzo then is going to come in the pits. Wonder if anyone actually fueled up for 2 laps. No, or for a few laps, knowing that it was going to be wet. I want to have a couple of goes at it. Definitely not Tango. Did Nightwing. I think he's got fuel. Oh, he thought about it, didn't he? He thought about it. Oh, he's got wing damage coming to the pits. Siege is retired, then Siege is retired from P6. I think he knows that this track's just going to get wetter and wetter, and you can see the rain is getting slightly heavier. He knows he's not going to be able to improve on that, looking at that weather forecast. Oh, and there's nearly a wheel loss there for Rick Dalton coming to the pits. He's lost wing. Lost his front wing anyway. Part of it. And all the drivers in the pits then. Liam, Chazza and Jockey. Oh, Chazza. Chazza's spun there, look. He's got wing damage. And that is coming up Eau Rouge as well. And that's only on his outlap. Liam, Chaz and Jockey Hockey still fighting over P8 then, because none of them are set a time at the moment. So they're definitely all going to come out, I'm sure, and try and set a competitive lap. But it does look like Denzo's got pole, Tango 2nd, Nightwing 3rd. They are known as quality specialists. Rick in 4th, Cowie 5th, Siege is 6th. Siege has retired the car, so he definitely cannot improve. But I'm sure no one else is going to improve in these conditions. Sean in 7th then. And then Liam, Chaz and Jockey Hockey yet to settle up. They'll be battling out for P7. Let's have a look then. Nunda's saying on the first corner, yes, that's got hit from behind and was sideways going for the first corner. Should have set your footage then, Nunda. Liam saying rain meant to clear in 10 minutes. Oh. Is it really? Is the rain meant to clear in 10 minutes? But it's 4.5 minutes left of the session, and Liam sent that message I think just a couple of minutes ago, so not sure it's going to be done in time. That'd be interesting to see. And then they're saying, yeah, toilet, not drink. Have to be aware YouTube's removal of videos because of one swear word is pretty fake. Yeah. I had a friend who streamed yesterday got removed by the F1 official YouTube channel. Oh. Yeah, we won't get. We had our video put on pause, didn't we? I think was it last Friday or the week before? Because of, I would presume it's because of swearing in the videos. That's why I've had to stop that now, which takes away a bit of the fun for it, really, for us. Takes away a bit of the realism as well. But we just have to get on with it. As Chaz is struggling coming into the pit lane yet again, he needs to get in, change his wing. We see a bit of a break in the clouds up ahead. So maybe Maybe it's going to stop raining for the last couple of minutes. Liam, I think, yeah, he is holding out for that, and there we go, he's going out now. He's going out on the inters low, he's taking no risks, so he knows that's him conceding the top 7 and just trying to maintain that 8th position and cover off any threat from Chaz and Jockey Hockey. Jockey Hockey's got an out lap as well. He's gone on soft tyres though, so that'll be interesting to see. Liam's gone for a conservative move, and Jockey Hockey's got an aggressive move. Liam's going to be slower on those tyres, but he'll have more grip, definitely. Jockey Hockey will be faster, but it'll be sliding a lot more. Vice Sheng saying, can I join? Unfortunately not, mate, because we have got a full lobby now. We have got full 20. We had a few drivers. I mean, we had Captain Infinity, we had Sully, caught a drop out late on. That's what freed up a couple of spaces, but we've got Tumba joining as well, and ALR Vintage came in as well, and they're going to be starting towards the back, but they did set some good times as well for League 1 drivers, particularly in Q1. Obviously next week, if there's seats available, be around, be ready at this time, and then if we need somebody to come in last minute, just let us know, and then we'll have you on standby. And Sean is going for a lap on the inters, and that is a good idea. Sean, he's got nothing to lose here. If he crashes and loses his wheel, doesn't matter, still going to be 7th. It's just getting practice now on the inters. I'm surprised none of the top 5 have done this, because we have heard it's going to be raining at some point in the race, so it'd be useful practice here for sure. We've absolutely nothing to lose. It gives you, I think, 3 sets of inters, which no one's used. You're not going to use all of them in the race. You're probably only going to use 1 set, aren't you? It's going to be raining only at some point in the race. Good thinking there by Sean. See what type of time he can do in the wet conditions then. As we see Jockey Hockey and Liam both on laps. There we go, on fitted tyres now. Chaz has gone on his out lap as well. Jockey Hockey started his lap on the softs, and he managed to get through Rouge without losing it. Be interesting to see what sort of time he can do it. Yeah, you can see he's really crawling it. He's crawling through there, isn't he? Oh, and there we go. He spun, and he's hit the wall. And he has got wing damage there. And that is why he should have put the inters on. To be honest, I think I'd have gone for the softs as well. I'd have gone aggressive. But that has cost Jockey Hockey, and he's going to start down in P10 now, unfortunately. Well, actually, if he can get this lap set, Sean's retired. Sean's come in the pits. He's done a lap there on the inters to see what it's going to be like. Tango's retired in the pits then as well. Yep, so it is pole position for Idenzo. Congratulations to Idenzo. Jockey Hockey, I'm sure, will cross the line here to set this lap, just in case Chazza and Liam cannot get a lap set for whatever reason. But it's going to be good competition here. We see Chazza now coming through Eau Rouge, starting his lap. And Liam now about to start sector 3. He's kept it together. He needs to maintain this for his P8. He'll be fighting with Chazza and Jockey Hockey in this. One of these two invalidate. It'll be 10th for him. Yes, congratulations to Idenzo on another pole position for him. Tango 2nd, Nightwing 3rd, Rick 4th, Cowie 5th, Siege 6th, Sean 7th. We know that's done, and it is a shame really in a way, because one of my favourite parts of the week, my favourite part in terms of racing the week, as links to 154.4, is the Q3 in the Premier League, and we've been robbed really of our Q3 today because of these conditions. But even still, oh, and Chaz is invalidated to Jockey Hockey. Don't come in the pits. Yes, he knows what he's doing. So Chazza, there we go then. He invalidates Jockey Hockey. He's going to cross the line and do about a 2:32 and actually go up to 9th here. There we go then. We're all done then. So Idenzo pole position. But because Chaz invalidated, all Jockey Hockey needs to do is cross the line there to get a lap set and put him up to 9th. Clever thinking there from him. There's confirmation then. Racing Point on pole. We've got 2 Ferraris, 2 Mercedes in Q3. What team have we got? None on. Saying last night we like looking at the teams. No Renault, as we know, they both went out in Q1, and there's no Alfa Romeo, is there? Oh, there's 2 racing points as well, so there must be 3 teams that we've not got any of. No Renault, no Racing Point, and someone help me out. It's about 10 people probably shouting this at me. Red Bull, there we go. Finally got there. Tango's just left the session again. This regular thing of his. He should have plenty more invites left though, because we did send him another one. Good luck everyone saying Vice Sheng. Vice Sheng of course been very strong in our League 1 races. He's towards the top of the standings, isn't he? So there we go. It's going to start off sunny. It's going to start off sunny. We're going to quickly get an invite to everyone. Again. Actually, we're just going to send one to Tango, actually. I think everyone, no one else has left the session, have they? So they should all still have their free. We're going to send Tango a couple. There we go. Tango's joined back. Good to see. Hopefully he'll be able to get in his car. So there we go. He's definitely got a good 5 invites still now. Vintage saying good luck everyone as well. Good luck to you too, Vintage. Starting from the back, I think, so absolutely no pressure whatsoever. Anything can happen at Belgium. Keep me updated on the weather forecast if you crash. Oh no, I suppose you can't if you're racing. Duh. Quickly check the football score one more time before the race starts. Still 1-0 to Sheffield United. Oh well. Time to forget about the football, isn't it? Let's stick the stream back on and leave it on that then for the race. Get our, what's it called, inventory set up. And Tim has been disqualified. I'm not quite sure what for. Again, normally it's for a collision with someone, but when it is with a collision with someone, they tend to leave the session as well. And Woods has left the session. No, he should have invites. He's got a couple of spare invites. So Tango's a ghost as well, because he's not been able to take control of his car, I presume. We've got Mike Hello on YouTube saying hi, good luck for everyone. Linda saying good luck. 777 appears and disappears. Is Mike Hello 777, is he? If he is, welcome to the stream, mate. 777 used to race with us. So Tango then starting P2. Hopefully he can get himself back in here. I'm not sure. His ghost is falling down in the order on the formation. That Tango saying he'll take control when the race has started. Yes, of course. Obviously, to these guys, we're going to get Woods another quick invite. He should have invites, so everyone gets sent a couple when I send out invites at about 10 past 7. Oh, Woods has actually gone offline, unfortunately, so it's an internet issue he's got, which is a shame there. Tango, if when you join the session you're about 10 seconds in front of everyone else, because sometimes it does that if you take control late and you ghost him, it just makes you jump start. Just return yourself to the position you started as easy as you can. That's what we're going to say on that one. I don't know why it does that, but when people are ghosting, as you can see the pit stop strategy there, when people are ghosting on the formation, that just lets them start the race and get like jump start. It doesn't give them a penalty for it either. It happened to Marvsky in Monaco, didn't it, in the championship last week. Obviously he affected the race where he was there, so obviously in the safest way possible, just return to your starting position. I was racing with all of you, but on holiday I didn't have much time, says Michael Ozolzewski. Yeah, it'd be great to see you joining back, mate. That'd be good to see you back in. If you fancy joining back, now you're back. How many times can you say back in one sentence? Then give us a message, mate, on PlayStation or on Discord, and then we'll have a look at getting you back in. Anyway, we are all set for the race. We've got lights straight away. 3, 4, 5 lights. Lights out, and we wait. And there we go. Woods' ghost has gone. We did think that was going to happen, but Tango's hasn't. Tango's in control. Woods has now joined back, and they're revving up. And here we go then, lights out and away we go. We've got Idenzo's had a great start then. Idenzo's really pulled away. Tango is falling back. Oh, he's going to swoop round the outside, and I think he's gone into Rick there. I think Nightwing's ghosting. I hope he isn't. That's not good, is it? There we go, and so Idenzo is in the lead. He's got a bit of an advantage here already. But then got Rick side by side with Nightwing going up Eau Rouge. Oh, that was a car crash. They've both hit each other. Oh, there's a huge crash. There's a huge crash. A Ferrari's gone into them. Nightwing is out. Rick has been spun. We've only got a virtual safety car. It looked like a Ferrari got hit there as well, but they were going side by side. Not too sure what exactly. Well, we saw exactly what happened. Not sure who didn't leave enough room, but we knew that was going to happen. Going side by side at that pace up there. That was a car crash waiting to happen. That. I'm surprised someone didn't back out of that. Jake the Slow and Serious Mushroom taking it. It says Woods is in the lead, then he is back in the session as well. He's going to have to obviously return his position. Now he's back in the session, dropped to the back. That's obviously not fair on everyone else. Jake the Slayer's got a 5-second penalty for ignoring a yellow flag. There we go, and he's slowed down, trying to let Serious Mushroom back pass. That's obviously something we can look at the end of the session. He's got wing damage as well. Siege getting past Cowie. Oh yeah, it's Cowie. He has got no front wing at all, is he? We thought we saw a Ferrari. Oh, Tango. Has Tango got damage? Tango's got big wing damage as well. And we saw a Ferrari crash into Rick when they both went spinning up Eau Rouge. The championship made it through. Absolutely no problem yesterday. Sean's got damage too. So many drivers have got damage here. This is going to be a long race for so many people. And Sean's going to get passed now as well by the Williams of Chazza up into P8. Knowles is up to P7 there. Great effort from him. Absolute madness then here. So Idenzo leads, effectively leads, because Woods isn't there really, is he? Clarkey and Serious Russian getting past Cowie. So Cowie, Rick and Nightwing all down the back then. Tango's in the pits as well. Cowie's in the pits. Sean's in the pits. Jake the Slayer's in the pits. As Crooksy's getting past Liam then. Down turn one. Crooksy. 13-second lap from Tango. Fast as that. Brilliant effort. Unbelievable. 13 positions Crooksy has gained. Unbelievable start from Crooksy. Absolutely. He's gained from 18th up to 5th. We're saying how quick he was earlier, but that is unbelievable for there. 5 cars down the pits and Vintage up in the 14th. September in 13th. Jay Story's up 8 places to P12. Wow. Clarkey's up to 10th. Serious Mushroom up to 9th. And this really has brought some new drivers into the race. Jockey Hockey P3. We missed that one, and he's got a bit of an advantage. Well, it's P2, isn't it, really? Because Woods isn't there. Don't think all of these guys have got to jump up an extra lap as well. An extra place as well. We've got a yellow flag, and Jake the Slayer has lost it up Eau Rouge. Then there we go. Let's have a look at Rick Dalton's going to pass him. There he is on that right side. He is gone. He's out of the race, and Jake the Slayer. And already we've equalled the amount of casualties as there was to last night's race. Jake the Slayer was one of them, I think, as well. He lost in the exact same area. Woods is in control of his car. Woods obviously needs to give that position. He needs to go back to where he was. Otherwise his race will be disqualified by us. DRS then has been enabled. We're going to go back to the tyre change. Crooksy's getting past Siege. He's going down the inside, going into the bus stop chicane. Siege is going to have the better traction coming onto the straight though, and Knowlesy is doing the same thing on Chazza. Knowlesy up in the piece. I'm not sure if he's actually defending that place or not, but Siege will be under pressure from Liam then. Siege of course starting on the medium tyres. Whereas Crooksy was on the softs, and he's going to be under pressure from Liam as well because Liam's on the softs. Maybe this isn't Siege's favourite track then. But Idenzo already is pulling away, and Jockey Hockey's got a great gap then, which is P2. I don't think he's got a podium yet this season, Jockey Hockey, despite being 5th in the standings. Great to see that for Jockey Hockey. He's well on course for it as long as he keeps it together now. And doesn't make any mistakes. He'll be a favourite at the moment for a podium. Especially with Crooksy, Siege and Liam all holding each other up here. Serious Mushroom getting passed by Clarkey Len for P9. And Woods, he says he's leading. Oh, he might get a penalty there. Definitely would have got a warning. He needs to go back to the back of the grid. He's just driving around at the moment. If he gets any points from this race, he obviously, unless he gives all these positions back, he's not going to get these points counted. He's effectively cheated by about 20 odd seconds here. Denzo is catching him at a rate of knots so as well. He's got 6 seconds advantage over Jockey Hockey. And already it's a lonely race for Denzo, isn't it? Crooksy in P4 then. At the moment, this is the podium, Denzo, Jockey Hockey, Crooksy. Don't forget Siege in 5th though, he's on mediums. Now this could really play into Siege's hands, I was just thinking, because if it is raining at the end of the race, Siege will be able to go medium inters. He's been really caught by Liam then. All the runners on the softs. Let's go on board with Liam. All the runners on the softs are going to have to pit before they pit for inters anyway, because surely not be able to hold on to about 16 laps or so, and they make contact there, but I think Liam's got the move done. And we see the battle going on behind as well, as Knowlesy's really catching up to Chazza again. Now Liam might have made a mistake there getting that move done. Knowlesy's stuck behind Chazza, waiting to get the move done past Eau Rouge, and Liam, although he got that move done, he's going to be under big pressure now. Over being taken back. Look, he's going board with Siege. No, he's too far back anyway, so Liam has got that place done. Whereas here we go, Noel, he's going to be chasing down Chaz. He's got a lot of ERS saved up. Chazza is using his as well, and I think he's going to be too far back. He's not going to go for it, Knowlesy. He's just going to hold on. He knows he's on these medium tyres, and Chaz's softs will start to fall away. He's got better grip already though, Knowlesy. He's got to be careful not to hit him. Chazza gets a 3-second penalty, having to defend from that. Knowlesy's really pushing Chazza here. He's taking a different line. Oh, look at how close they're getting here. Chazza's been quite slow at the moment. I'm not too sure if he's got wing damage or something here, but no, he hasn't. Doesn't appear to have wing damage. But now Knowlesy's being caught by Clark. You see Tango getting past Sean for P15, and Cowie's going to have something to say about this as well. He's going to get in the act. He goes down the inside of Sean. Sean has gone to the hard tyres, and Cowie and Tango both got past him. Who'd have thought this would been the battle for 15th after a few laps? All of them were affected obviously by that huge collision between Rick and Nightwing, which gave them all wing damage. And then Cowie's gone wide there. He's going to let Sean have a little look at him. So Cowie's put mediums on, hoping that the rain's going to come earlier, and the other guys are going for hards. And Clark, he's getting past Knowlesy. So where we thought Knowlesy was going to get past Chazza, Knowlesy's obviously lost out at some turn, at some corner, trying to get past Chazza, and he's been held up. And then Clark, he's obviously got a better exit there, trying to get past him. And now Clark's going to have a look, and Siege get past Liam, because Liam is coming in the pits. I'm not sure if he's got wing damage there. It's very early to pit. Maybe he's going to be going on mediums now, just until the rain comes. Or is it going to be another set of softs? It is another set of softs. He's going on some more fresh softs, so there we go. He's committed to the rain coming. And it is getting darker in the skies. So it's fresh softs for Liam there. I think he realised it's a mistake starting on the softs, knowing that he wouldn't last until the rain comes. But those on the mediums are going to have a great advantage. Woods up in P1 then at the moment. Of course, he's not really P1 because of the glitch at the game, which put him so far forward. Have a quick look into the comments then. We've got Rick actually left no room. We'll have to have a look. Obviously, Jacob Slay's left the session. Such a shame to see. Stay with us in the stream though, mate. We'll have a little chat about the race. Help us out in the comments as well. I've seen it on my own today, streaming. Crazy Bill's not with us. Jay Story's getting past the P12 by Liam then. Don't think he fought that too hard, but clean racing we see there. Strange place where it would take actually. Chazza was passed by Clarkey as well, and so Clarkey in P6 is now going to be on a charge. He's going to be on a siege towards Siege. So we'll obviously have to have a look. And then they're saying it's just that this league is more competitive, so they'll try moves anywhere, which is great to watch. Yeah, it is great to watch. Nightwing has left the session again. Shame to see Nightwing not in this race. Of course, we'll speak to him after. Nightwing, who is our championship admin now anyway. Knowlesy then, Chazza's outside DRS range, but Knowlesy's kept it on Chazza. Cowie down in P16, who'd have thought that? And Rick down in last. Like the bottom four, unbelievable. I'm sure they'll start to catch up to the pack though. Tumba's in 11th, fantastic effort for the League 1 drivers. Only had one race with us in weekend night race, and that was League 1 the other day. Idenza is closing up to Woodson. This is the battle for first, it says, of course. We know it's not really. I'm sure Idenza's going to make light work of this. Don't think Woods is going to fight this too hard. Be wrong of him if he does. There we go, and Idenza gets a move done. Woods doesn't really fight it, or I'd be very angry if he took Idenza out there, because shouldn't be first anyway. Now Jockey Hockey's kept that 3-second gap to Crooksy, and there we go. I think Crooksy's those soft tyres are starting to go off, so the medium runners are going to be at a big advantage, aren't they? Knowlesy gets past Chazza. Oh, Chazza's gone off. He keeps out of the wall, but he must have collided there with Knowlesy, and Liam's getting past Tumba there as well. So Chazza is down into 9th, he got passed by Serious Mushroom there as well. Must have had contact with Knowlesy there. I'm sure he'll be putting his footage in at the end of the race to have a look at that. Let's have a look in the comments then. We got Jake saying he got brake check. Oh, it's Cowie's getting past Tango for P15. Who'd have thought that battle for 15? Unbelievable. It should be a battle for P2 or 3 at least. Such a shame to see him down there, but great to see they're still going for it and still racing hard. They know this rain's coming later on and anything can happen. Still a lot to play in this race for. We'll get to it eventually. Jake saying he got brake checked twice lap 1. Had to pit for mediums and being cold, he lost it. Obviously, send your footage. Message me now, Jake, of who brake checked you. And then we'll have a look at that. Obviously, Jake is only reserving, but even still, we should not be brake checking people. And Fulham won't say no. OMG, Chazza. Yeah, not too sure what happened with Chazza there. I think he collided with Knowlesy. So close to the ball, saying Nunda. Cowie dips his right side into the mud there. Although he's alright, he's clearing away, and Sean's got a 3-second penalty. This is a great battle. We're sat watching the battle for 15th for about a lap. Woods staying within DRS range of Idenzo. He's actually driving really well. It's just a shame that he's not going to get any points if he keeps on not conceding this position, because he shouldn't be here really. Let him jump the start. He joined the session, his car was about 10 seconds in front of everyone else. And he gets a huge lock up there, does Woods. All Woods needed to do, and he still can, is drop back to where he started. We made that very clear in the stream. We do say to all the drivers they should be watching the stream on their phone. Really, Shadows and Chaz's are battling. Shadows and Chaz's. And Chaz is at the same place, has had an incident there again, hasn't he? He's been colliding with Shadows there. And Knowlesy's getting past Clarkey, and Clarkey's out the session. We're going to quickly get Clarkey another invite there. And we see Tango and Cowie fighting it out again. There we go. Clarkey, Tango getting a move done there. Clarkey has got another invite then. Cowie's got his first 3-second time penalty. Oh, who's that fighting? We've got Shadows. Oh, look at this battle then. We've got Serious Motion getting past Clarkey, the Ghost of course, and then we've got Shadows and Liam, and we got, is that Vintage that's lost it? No, it's not. Who's lost it? Another fake yellow flag, wasn't it? Liam and Shadows then battling out now. Shadows and Chazza, there we go, that's better. Finally said it right. Clarkey has joined back, there we go then. It's good to see. Another yellow flag, and this time it's Chazza's out. Chazza is out. He's finally, the third instant he's had. We've got a virtual safety car. It's the third instant he's had, and he has lost it. Where has he lost it though? It's coming up around here on the left hand side. Has he just lost his left rear and hit that side there? He might have done. But Chazza is out then. And those soft runners will have a good opportunity then to pit. Oh no, a lot. Yes, Jay Story's coming into the pits then. Oh, be careful not to get wing damage coming in there. But there we go. All the other soft runners are staying out, and it's still sunny. It's still sunny, so this rain is definitely going to be holding out for a while. We've not had a safety car, have we? And then the same Woods drop back. Come on, well, it's up to him if Woods want to stay running around in second the whole race. He's not going to get any points. He needs to drop back. That's the thing, we can't even tell now where Woods would be in this race. So that's why he needs to drop right to the back. It's the only fair chance fair way we can do it. Even if he finishes 6th or 7th here, that would be with having this a huge advantage at the beginning. He made it clear at the beginning of the stream that you need to drop back if that happens to the position you started. Tango acknowledged that in the comments. Wood's obviously not watching the stream, is he? So he's going to be none the wiser. Of course, we can't force you to watch a stream, but I mean, if you need an invite and I don't realise or something like that, you know, I'm not going to be sat here looking through the Discord. I'm watching this race. So if you want to get, as Vintage very sportingly moves out the way of these Premier League drivers, Vintage is focusing on proving himself in this race, and he's doing really well. He's not spun at all, I don't think. And Idenzo comes in the pits then. Jockey Hockey's coming in the pits too. Does Crooksy do the same? Yes, he does. They're all going at the same time. So Siege is going to stay out because he's on the mediums, as I presume all the others will behind. And it is fresh softs for Idenzo. Why are they going soft? Some people might be saying it is because we're expecting rain at the end of the race, so they'll have to pit again anyway. It is mediums though for Jockey Hockey and Crooksy. So maybe they're going to gamble it, and maybe they're going to try and hold on to them till the end of the race. If they, obviously there's no safety car, there's a chance might not even get rain. And Idenzo will be quick on these softs, of course, but the risk is if the rain doesn't come early enough, Idenzo's going to have to pit again anyway, as Woods gets a 3-second penalty. Woods then obviously in the lead of this race, but he's not, is he? And he might say, oh, it gave me 10 seconds at the start, why can't we just take that 10 seconds away? That's because Woods, it puts you in clear air, obviously, when you're 10 seconds in front of everyone else, and then you gain so much time from not being in fights and battles through the field, so it wouldn't be a true reflection. So the only fair way of doing this is to disqualify you. Nunda saying that in the comments, and Nunda knows himself, he's learnt the harsh way when he forgot to serve his quali ban. We couldn't work out the position where it was, where he would have been obviously if he did start further back. So the only fair way we could do it is if we disqualify that result. So Idenzo's already within 3 seconds of Siege then. He's going to be catching up quick. He might as well go for it on those tyres. He's got to come in again anyway. Whereas the medium runners that just stopped, Jockey Hockey and Crooksy. Jockey Hockey in 7th. He's been caught by Liam though. He's still on those fresh softs, relatively fresh softs anyway, 3 laps. Although 3 laps round is quite a lot. Let's have a quick look then. We've got Crooksy got 3-second time penalty. Look in the comments. Chaz is saying he did 2 flips into the wall. Quite really satisfying. Yeah, well, I always like seeing a good smash up. Obviously not when it's affecting the race, but always watching videos of how funny cars crash. Remember Bradfield once had his car upside down, didn't he? Can't remember what track it was, but yeah, send your footage into that, Chazza. We'll have a look at that crash then. Shadows, we saw a 3-second penalty. Where on the track, asking Nunda, it was as you come onto the back straight. Let's have a look. Wherever this Haas car is, not that Haas car. There we go, where Vintage is now, just on that left side, that barrier there is where Chazza lost it. Siege and Woods then. The front food, Serious Mushroom getting passed by Clarkey, there we go. Serious Mushroom having a great race at the moment. Don't think he's got any penalties either. Clarkey, of course, he did get kicked from the session temporarily, but he came back in relatively quickly. Did lose out to Knowlesy though because of that. They're all running on these medium tyres. They're probably going to try and go until the rain. We did say it's possible. I've done 16 laps on these mediums this week, and it took them to about 75 to 80%. They were dead. You could do 17 laps if you go on lean fuel for a while, and I think that's the absolute limit for these mediums here. I am surprised no one started on hards towards the back, knowing that rain might come around lap 19, heavy rain, and then gone to a hard wet. People might say it might be a bit boring. I understand that, of course, but that would probably have been the best race strategy if the rain comes towards the end. We keep saying if. We do not know. We've had 2 VSCs, but with no safety car. At the moment, rain might not even come. The skies are still looking pretty blue in places. Chaz is saying he hit his rear on one of the walls and it flipped. Yeah, if you hit your left foot, a Serious Mushroom comes in the pits then, so he's not going to go for it. He's noticed the clouds aren't coming over yet. I think he's going to put some softs on until the rain. Presume he would anyway. Let's have a look and see what he puts himself on. As Idenzo's closing up to Siege, he's going to get his moves on here. Sorry, Serious Mushroom had to flick to Liz, and he's going to get the move pretty easily done. In fact, very easily, almost as if Siege wasn't there. But of course, like we said, Siege, he's still got to the pit. Idenzo might have to pit again as well though, because those softs, well, he is going to have to pit again. But Siege, once he pits, he might be alright, because he might just go until when the rain comes. Clarkey's really caught back up to Knowlesy quickly, hasn't he? Not sure, but when your AI takes over, does it do much tyre wear at all? Because I'm not too sure what it does. It doesn't seem to warm your tyres up in the formation, that. So I wonder if it doesn't do much for them when you're in AI. Interesting one, that. Don't know if anyone can clarify that in the comments. And then they're saying, yes, Team Serious Mushroom. Yeah, he has put those soft tyres on. He's in 9th then. He's in a bit of a world of his own at the moment. No one in front of him, no one behind him. He's just got to focus on those softs then. Clarkey and Knowlesy, and this is the battle to be watching at the moment then. Yeah, I think he's going to start to catch up here, is Clarkey. He's not using his ERS, so I think he's happy to stay behind and wait until he gets a better opportunity. Nolsy's got the racing oil, dips it in the grass, so Nolsy, it's going to give Clarkey the opportunity to go to the outside. Now he puts the overtake on, now he goes for it, and he gets in front. Nolsy, I'm not sure if he slowed down a bit there to probably get DRS here on the straight, and then obviously he's going to have DRS going up to Eau Rouge, well past Eau Rouge in fact. Sean's got another 3-second time penalty. Sean is up in the 12th now, he's on those hard tyres, so they should be able to go. Tango's 10th, Cowie's 11th, Sean's 12th. They've all been promoted because of our pit stops. So hopefully they'll be able to go until the end if there's no rain, or until there is rain. So they could definitely be fighting for points here at least. Tango 10th, he's already in the point, isn't he? There we go, Clarkey's too far in front for Nolsy to fight. So there we go, Clarkey's got that 4th position, hasn't he? So Woods then still leads this race effectively. As we know, it's not going to count. He's not returned to position, has he? And then they're saying starting on cold hards, Eau Rouge on that one is scary. Yeah, I suppose, definitely, yeah. When he's coming out the pits here as well, it is hard, but so that's probably what, as Cowie gets, I think, his first 3-second time penalty. Mind you, he missed a lot of penalties yesterday. We only thought McKenty had 3 as he crossed the line in P1, and he actually had 12 seconds. I missed three of them pop up. Not had many incidents, I'm not being funny, but I've not seen yellow flags really anywhere. We saw obviously the big smack up on Eau Rouge in the first lap, and then we saw Jake the Slayer, and then Chaz's crash, but apart from them, we've not had many incidents at all, have we? Idento then's going to catch back up to Woods, isn't he? Siege then, he's still going on these medium tyres. He's going to keep going, and we can start to see a couple of darker clouds come over now. I can't see any blue sky anywhere. There we go then, so I think the rain is going to be on its way in a few laps. Wonder what Jeff's telling his drivers at the moment. Jockey Hockey's looking really strong there, isn't he? In P6. Liam in P7. He's not been on those softs for 7 laps. He might regret not going to the mediums because he might struggle to stay on those softs until the rain comes. Or it's looking darker by the minute though, isn't it? So it might just be a couple more laps. Crooksy's on those 3-lap old mediums as well. He might regret then putting on the mediums. He would have thought he could have gone extra quick on this stint for the softs. We're only going to be a few laps. Still no spots of rain though, is there? Although it's really quickly getting cloudy, isn't it? I think the rain is definitely going to start coming. We're definitely going to see some rain, I think, before the end of this race. Of course, there's only 9 laps left, but don't forget they are really long laps. Clarkey's got a 3-second penalty. He's really pulling away from Knowles, isn't he? Not sure if he's just better on the tyre management or if Knowlesy's killed those tyres more. In fact, he's only 3.6 behind Siege and P3. I don't think this is one of Siege's favourite tracks, Belgium, is it? But Idenzo, every track seems to be his favourite track. He's looking very good for a 4th win in a row, isn't he? Jockey Hockey's doing 8 attempts at Knowlesy then. I'd love to see Jockey Hockey on the podium here, absolutely, would be great. Again, we don't favoritise any of our drivers, but Jockey Hockey's won. He's missed the last 2 races, but they're the only 2 he's missed. He's raced in the other 12. I don't think he's got a podium in any of them, although he's carried on. He's really, really fought hard and got points in nearly all the races. It'd be great for him to finally get a podium. Crooksy is catching up to Liam, then Crooksy, of course, I don't think he's got any penalties yet, not sure. Actually, I think he might have got one. I remember seeing one actually. It'd be good if you could bring up a little list just on the side. Now you can pause it and look on race direct when you can't see the race. If you could bring up a little list, maybe just under the telemetry, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Put it on board with Crooksy then. He goes up Eau Rouge. Denzer in 2.5 seconds off the lead then. Oh, there we go. Jockey on gets past Nolsy. I took my eyes off it for a minute. And there we go, that's why we shouldn't take our eyes off this. Jockey Hockey does get up to P5 then, comfortably as well, past Knowlesy. It was a good move. Tango gets a 3-second penalty. We're about to go on board with Tango as well. Cowie's catching up to him. Sean's fallen a good 6.5 seconds further back of these two, Tango and Cowie. They should be up there racing for the win, racing for the podium, Tango and Cowie. They just got scooped up in that collision between Rick and Nightwing. And I'm not sure who was at fault for that collision. It Might not have been anyone at front. There might have been side by side, a little bit of contact, and then one of them spun. But if somebody did, so if someone is deemed at fault for that, that could be a bit more of a severe penalty coming away, because it's influenced this race hugely, because it scores 1-0 as Crooksy gets past Liam for P7, and Liam's going slow. What's going on here? Has he got a puncture? What's happened to Liam? He's been on no softs for 8 laps. Surely he's not got a puncture. He has. He's got a left front puncture. He's got a left front puncture, Liam, after 8 laps. Wow, we saw his fuel gauge was on low as well. And maybe he's been going on rich with those tyres for too long. And we did say it might be a mistake of Liam putting on those softs. And as you can see, that left front is all over the place. It's in a bad state, so he's going to have to come in. He should have put the mediums on. He'll know that now. And Liam's race is in jeopardy now. He's going to put on clean soft and more softs again, surely. Yeah, he goes for another lot of softs until the rain comes. Such a shame there for Liam. Never seen that. A puncture in the middle of the race. And we've seen spots of rain. Oh no, just as Liam comes out of the pits, we get a couple of spots of rain. There we go, Shadow's in the pits now as well. Liam comes out of the pits, he's gone battling with Sean. I think Sean's going to get that move done. Sean just gets in front, but Liam going up Eau Rouge is going to have the slipstream. And I'm sure he's going to get this move done. Sean on the hards. Yeah, it's going to be comfortable for Liam, isn't it? Opens a DRS, and he's already pretty much past him. So he is 11th for Liam. It's a bit of a consolation for him. And he is going to have a couple of laps, hopefully, with light rain. Absolutely caning it on these fresh softs he's got on. Denzo and Woods then, look at the gap. So this is what I don't like. Woods is now holding up by Denzo, even though he shouldn't be in P1. Crooksy has got a 3-second time penalty now. If he's not got one already, he definitely has now. Will anyone come in for Inter's list lap? I doubt they will yet. Denzo's going to go for it on the outside of Woods, is he? Oh, I think he's glitching a little bit. Woods has got a bit of a glitch on. DRS is open. ERS activate. He's going to go for the move now. Woods covers off the inside. Denzo goes to the outside. And Woods again is fighting, isn't he? Please don't go side by side, Eau Rouge. And Woods, I think, might be backing out of it here. And he does. There we go. Denzo takes the lead of the race. Siege under pressure from Clarkey. Woods gets another 3-second penalty. But he's going to have another go at Denzo here, I think, isn't he? And he is going to go for it. He's going to get Denzo back. 15 lap old mediums then. They've done really well, like I said, these soft runners. Siege, Clarkey, Knowlesy to go all this way on these tyres, waiting for the rain. They've mastered this. And Siege, as we say, Clarkey, orange McLaren, and orange 5, and shooting up down the inside. Clarkey gets the move done. Liam is back in the pits there. Oh, who was that we just saw fighting? It was Denzo fighting with Woods. And Woods is past then. There we go. And did he get damaged? No, he hasn't got damage. Liam's back in the pits then. He's put those inters on. He should have done that a lap ago. He literally came in the pits the second his mechanics had finished. He started raining. He needs to save a bit of fuel up as well. Jay Story's in the pits and they're gambling early for it. Now, what will the front runners do? What's Denzo going to do? Is he going to stop now, or is he going to go one more lap? Oh, Woods is sliding a little bit. Let's go on board. Yeah, the rain is getting heavier, isn't it? This isn't good by Wood saying that. No, we know it's not. Theo saying hello, lads. Hello, Theo. Good to see you here, mate. This is where it gets spiced up then. Who's going to go for the pits now? And who's going to leave it one more lap? Maybe even 2, not too sure. Yeah, Woods is definitely starting to struggle on these old mediums now. He's getting caught up quickly. Does Denzo pit in then? No, he's going one more lap. He thinks it's going to be alright, one more lap. Yeah, it's still not heavy rain, is it? Yeah, Woods is still going out as well. What's Clarkey going to do? Clarkey comes in the pits. There we go. And Clarkey's coming in. Siege is coming in as well. So, pressure's on Denzo and Woods then. To set good laps here on these dry tyres. Because they're going to have intermediate runners behind them. Probably chasing them. Although at the moment, I do think that probably was a lap early for them to pit. I think Denzo's going to extend his advantage. We've got a yellow flag. What's that for? Did Siege just crash into the pits? No? Well, why have we got a yellow flag? No, game doesn't know, does it? There we go. A lot of them coming in the pits now. Crooksy and Jockey Hockey are fighting then. Crooksy, oh no, there's wing damage for Jockey Hockey. No, he gets passed by Knowlesy as well. He's going to have to pit now anyway. for the Inters, so at least it's not too much pain for him. But I think that might be the podium gone for Jockey. I'm not sure if Crooksy did. Oh, we have got a yellow flag now, and Woods has lost it. There we go, then Woods has lost it. I know Nunda will be laughing at that, but Woods has lost it then. It's definitely time for him to pit. 16 laps on those mediums. Had a great stint, of course, but there we go, Nunda. So Woods has lost it there. And Idenzo, I'm sure he's going to pit this time round. But Jockey is going to have to change his wing, isn't he? And we've got a Ferrari. It's Cowie. Cowie's lost it up Eau Rouge on the Inters. Oh no, Cowie. Oh, as we see his teammate fight with Rick going past there as well. Liam's going to go around the outside of Rick, and what a dreadful race this has been for Cowie. He could be out of this race. He could be over 25 points behind the lead now for the championship for the first time. Let's see, Sean's in 10th now. He's ahead of Liam and Rick, and Cowie's in 13th. Serious Mushroom in 11th. He's got a big advantage as well. And Crooksy's getting past Woods for P3. There we go then. Although Woods is fighting it, and Woods takes the position back. Will they both pit this lap then? Idenzo is pitting. There we go, and Idenzo's in the pits. Will Woods and Crooksy pit, or will just one of them pit? Let's have a look then. Oh, yes. Oh, what's happening? Oh, Woods has crashed in the pit exit, and that was Crooksy's to have, and Woods has been disqualified for blocking the pit lane. There we go then. We were going to disqualify him anyway because he didn't give that position back at the beginning. Sure, and that's what happens. Like we saw at the beginning, if you just joined the race, Woods started down about 12th or 13th, I think it was. There we go, Woods has started down 12th or 13th, he ghosted, which meant he jumped the start like he just does with ghosts sometimes, which meant he went flying up, and he's about 10 seconds in the lead. He was racing with the leaders the whole race, even though he knows he should be jotting back to where he started, and then the game's actually disqualified him for blocking the pit lane. So there we go, and Woods disqualified, the game's done it for us, so thank you Codemasters for once. There we go. Now we can actually see the real standings then. We've got Idenzo, everyone's on the Inters now, apart from Shadows, who's still going down in 14th. Idenzo in the lead, he's got 5 seconds on Clarkey. Siege is a further 6 seconds back. Crooksy a further 8 seconds back in 4th. So it looks more of a familiar podium now as well. Jockey's down 7th now, unfortunately, after that incident. I'm not sure if Crooksy did an Alex Albon on Danny Kvyat to him or what, but that looks how the damage happened. So he might send his footage in for that after. Knowlesy 5th, Serious Mushroom up in the 6th. Shadows has left the session, he's just come in the pits. Not too sure why he's done that. And there we go, and everyone's on the Inters. We have got Cowie down in 12th though, Rick in 11th, Liam in 10th, and they're catching up to Sean. Sean, who's in P9, is under big pressure here from Liam, Rick, Cowie. And again, if you are just joining and asking why on earth is Rick in 11th, why on earth is Cowie in 12th, we had a big incident on the first lap on Upper Eau Rouge. We had Nightwing and Rick Dalton have a huge coming together, and then that caused wing damage to Tango, Sean, Rick and Cowie. All 4 of them had to pit, and that's why they're down the back here. Well, they have recovered it, haven't they? Shadows has joined back. There we go, that's good to see. There we go, he has pitted for me, he's on the Inters, and Jockey Hog gets a 3-second penalty. He's nailed on for that 7th anyways, he's 9 seconds clear of 8th. He needs to drive it around the last few laps. And Clarkey's pulled 4 tenths in Idenzo. No, Clarkey's got a penalty. Don't think Idenzo has got any. But he's really closing in on Idenzo. Siege is falling a bit further back, I think. Crooksy, Knowlesy, the gaps are staying about the same. Serious Mushroom's falling further back. Could be under pressure from Jockey Hockey. Of course, Jockey's got that penalty though. Tango in 8th then. Should be okay for that P8 as long as it stays over years and he keeps it together. This is the real battle I got on the track then. The battle for 9th, the battle for the last couple of points. Sean, Liam, Rick, and then Cowie's going to be closing up to this as well. We're going to go on board with Rick. We'll be able to see all 3 of them then. Don't know why the game just steals us of our intervals every now and then. To wait till the next lap for them to come back. Liam's really gaining on the back of Sean, and do they all keep it together? Oh, Sean, and he lost it there. He's on wiggling all over the place, and that's going to give Liam a great chance. There we go. Liam eases past Sean. Did well to hold it there. Sean, really good save. Rick's a bit too far back to be challenging Sean though. And Sean, does he go for the inside? No, he doesn't. We've got a yellow flag down in sector 3 for absolutely nothing. Chocky and Rick there needs to be careful. He could have got another warning for that. Not so sure if he did or not. Can't see the gap between the top two, but yeah, Clarkie's definitely closing the gap. If you look on the map, they are getting closer to each other. Then ALR Vintage Alfa Romeo is now being lapped, unfortunately, but he's still doing a great effort to stay in this race. Doing a great effort, doesn't really make much sense. But you knew what I meant. Here we go, we'll see the intervals as they come across the line. It's 4 seconds, and Clarkie's taken another second. Only a couple of laps left though. I think it might be a bit too much of an ask. Siege, he's looking good for a podium, an unlikely podium. Didn't look like he's going to get this today. Benefited, he stayed out of trouble on the first lap. And he's had a very clean race and a pacey race as well. Crooksy a bit further back then. Knowlesy will take that P4 as it stands, as Crooksy's got penalties. So Crooksy would be 5th as it stands. Serious Mushroom 6th. At the moment he's going to keep that because Jockey Hockey behind him. Biff is 3 seconds back and he's got a penalty. Tango, oh, he's late on the break in there. Tango down to bus stop chicane. He's coming in the pits, Tango. Not too sure why he's coming in the pits. Because he's got P8 nailed. He had P8 nailed there, but he's given that away. Liam up to 9th then. Liam up to 8th then, sorry. Rick up into 9th. Sean up into 9th. Rick up into 10th. Cowie up in 11th then. He's fallen away from this battle a bit, Cowie. Maybe he's not particularly a master in the wet, and I think he might have had wing damage to Tango. It might have been why he pitted. Jockey Hockey's got another 3-second time, but he's 13 seconds clear of Liam, so it's not going to affect him in terms of going down, but he just won't be promoted any places. Unfortunately, the podium's out the window for him, but even still, great effort from him then. Sean then 1.1 off Liam. Liam started to pull away from him. Rick catching up to Sean, and this is the real battle. They've both got a couple of penalties. We know Cowie's got a penalty behind as well. And then Tumber in 12th. Great effort from Tumber today, reserving for us last minute. About 7:32 he came into the lobby. He literally started straight away, so well done to him. He's fantastic effort. Tango in 13th. Crashed at the beginning. He's managed to stay in the session for most of it, apart from for the first couple of corners. Jay Story in 14th, then still going strong. Shadows in 15th. He's had issues with connection, I think, as well. And then Vintage in 16th as well. Oh, looks like he's ghosting there. Oh, he is in the session. He's ghosting if he's been left there by Siege. So there we go. We've got no real gaps, have we? No real little gaps apart from this battle for 8th, really. Sean is about within a second again. He might get DRS. Can't get DRS, can he? Of course, it's wet. Oh, we've got yellow flag. No one going slowly in that sector though. We'll stand ball with Rick for a minute. Of course, there is no DRS in wet conditions, so it is going to be harder to overtake anyway. But Rick is closing up, and Sean is actually closing up on Liam again. So maybe Liam struggling to maintain that advantage. We know Liam did actually put those inters on a lap early, so he would have been on them when the track was still a little bit dry, so maybe they've worn off a bit quicker. But Sean needs to watch his back here though, because he's going to be under big pressure. So it is about 5 temps, isn't it? And yeah, Sean is using the last of his ERS, and Rick isn't close enough, so he's just going to have to hold off, isn't he, Rick? But Liam, yeah, Liam's not catching up to Jockey Hockey at all. And the gap between the top two, let's just quickly look again, is 2.6. So I think Clarkie's actually better in the wets than Idenzo. That's definitely something to watch out for, isn't it, in future races? Clarkie probably quicker in wets, quicker in wet condition, on the wets. Oh, Idenzo, my speech has been terrible tonight, isn't it? I can't string a sentence together without messing up my words. Yeah, Sean then is actually closer to Liam than Rick is to Sean at the moment. But as the leaders go up Le Haut Rouge for the last time, then Idenzo, we've got Tango getting past Tumba there. Idenzo, there we go, he keeps it together for the last time. So does Clarkie. That's that dreaded turn done. Idenzo took it really cautiously. It's now 1.6 the gap. Siege then. Yeah, he's really backed off going out there. There's no way you're going flat out there in the wet. Crooksy's turn. Oh, he nearly slid, but he managed to keep it together. And Knowlesy there as well, using the last for the DRS. We think Knowlesy's going to take that P4 with penalties for Crooksy. Serious Mushroom P6. We know he's always going to get points. It's a safe one you want to bet on, although he has just picked up a 3-second time penalty, which won't affect him, I don't think, because Jockey Hockey, we know he's got at least 6 seconds of penalties. This is still the battle then for P8. We're going ball with Rick Dalton then. Not sure how many penalties these guys have got, though we know they have got them. And all three of them have kept it together then. Cowie's turn. Oh, Cowie's lost it. Oh, he's kept it together. He's managed to keep it together. He's going for that barrier. He's kept it together. And Cowie, I don't think he's going to get any points tonight. I don't think that's ever happened before. Cowie down in P11 is still comfortably being third in the standings, but he's going to be falling back from the top two. And Timber has retired. Timber's crashed up over Rouge and for the last time. That's such a shame to see, even though it's been a fantastic race on there. He's running 12th comfortably there. Really good effort for him, so obviously not going to have a safety car. It's the last lap, and Idenzo is about to come across the line. He came within half a second in the end, Clarkey, but Idenzo is going to come across the line, and for the 4th race in a row, Idenzo wins the Belgian Grand Prix, and Clarkey's got 17 seconds worth of penalties. So Siege might get P2 yet. Let's have a look then. As Siege about to come across the line, he rarely gets penalties. Siege gets P2 off Clarkey. There we go then. And Crooksy, what can Crooksy do then? I think he's got penalties of his own, so he's going to drop further back. Knowlesy, what can he do? He does get that P4. Crooksy had 3 seconds. Knowlesy had none. There he goes, that's by half a second. Vintage then crosses the line as well. The other Alfa Romeo, his teammate Serious Mushrooms, crossing the line for P6. Fantastic effort there from Serious Mushroom. Jockey Hockey as well. He did have an extra 3 seconds, and Liam's held on to that battle, doesn't he, for 8. It's just so hard to overtake without the DRS and the wet conditions. Tango's got a 3-second time penalty further back, but Liam crosses the line. Not sure about penalties here. Liam 8th, Sean. Oh, Rick's up to 8th. There we go then. Rick went up 2 places in the end. 2 P8, Sean 9th, Liam 10th, Cowie down in 11th then. So there we go. Liam actually lost 2 places because of the penalties he had. Not sure if any are going to be removed. Some might have been for silly instance under a virtual safety car, we don't know. Tango comes across the line for P12 then, and it says he's won the race. Hey, Tango wins the race. No, of course he doesn't win the race. That's what happens when you lag out just before the race. Tango 12th then. We're going to keep watching. It's going on for a little while because it is a long track of course, but Jay Story unfortunately didn't make qualifying with us. Might have been further up if he did. Good race he's had anyway, Jay Story, no mistakes, he's kept it clean and tidy, crosses the line for P13, and we'll wait for Shadders then. Our reserve for the night in AlphaTauri crosses the line for P14, and well done. What a fantastic race that was. Absolutely love Belgium. Rick must have had no penalties. Well done, says Liam. I think he did have 3 seconds. Clarkey's given driver the dope by Liss, but yeah, he did well, Rick. Let's have a look. Oh, Clarkey's saying he had 3 seconds worth of penalties. It happened to this with him in Monaco last week. He gave him a 20-second penalty as he crossed the line, didn't it? Obviously, Clarkey, make sure, Clarkey, you're getting screenshots of your penalty list for your lap times. And obviously, if there's no penalty there, we can get that removed. Yeah, it's saying he only got 3. Yeah, there we go. Look, we can see it here. It's saying he got 3 seconds worth of penalties. So yeah, Clarkey is going to have that P2, but it's clearly shown here only 3 seconds of penalties. So P2 for Clarkey still. Even though it says he's 4th, that's because it's put Tango at the top. So Idenzo wins the race, Clarkey P2, Siege in 3rd, Knowlesy 4th, Crooksy 5th, Serious Mushroom 6th, Jockey Hockey 7th, 8th for Rick, 9th for Sean, and 10th for Liam. Only 1 point picked up by Ferrari, so that was that huge incident at the beginning. We'll obviously get to the bottom of that. We need footage from Rick Dalton and Nightwing, please. As soon as that is reported, you might as well stick it in there now, because I'm sure someone will report that. There was at least 5 drivers it affected. So if anyone could just post their views into the instant report, that'd be great. Driver of the Day nominations will be up shortly, and stands will be up tomorrow. So Clarkey, especially driving from the back as well. He started 17th and finishing P2. Incredible race for Clarkey. I'm sure he will get nominated as Driver of the Day by the drivers. Anyway, guys, absolutely fantastic race. And on some of you will be in a Wednesday league, I'm sure. So obviously it's not been streamed, but good luck with that. I should be in that myself. Thursday will be practice with Sean, and then after that with Vintage if you are a League 1 driver. And then we'll see you next Friday League One, I'm not quite sure what track it is, but for the Championship and Premier League next week, it is Singapore. So it doesn't get any easier on this tough run. Let's have a quick look in the comments for last time. Then we've got Woods in there saying disconnection screwed Clarkey. Yeah, those penalties are going to be... He only said he got 3 seconds of penalties. We know that, so that's going to be removed. And there we go then. We'll see you next week then.